Good morning. This is a veteran from Trinity, and I'm reaching out to all my veterans. I just was just sitting down here in my wheelchair and thinking how life has changed in the last 3.5 years. 3.5 years ago, I suffered a major stroke, and because of that stroke, it affected my speech pattern. It also affected my right leg and my right hands. My right hands, I cannot write with the hand right now. I've not been able to write for the last 3 years. You know, and a typical day for me right now is I'm fortunate enough that I have a care worker that comes in and help me 5 days a week to take every morning. She gets here about 7:30 and with me for the next 2 hours. She helped me take a shower and everything else, and she cooked whatever breakfast for me. And so I am very fortunate that I have that assistance free of charge from the veteran community. I'm also fortunate to be 100%. But right now, I was homebound, but I'm getting V is threatening to cut me out starting in September for home down because none of my VLP is rated at 100%. So we'll see how that works out. So they're going to cut me a few dollars. The thing about it, at 100%, I wish I had my health back because people don't understand. I may look well, but I'm in pain. Some days I have good days, some days I have rough days. That's just the way the life of the veteran goes. You know, uh, some people look at me and say, "Oh, there's nothing really wrong with you. Just have problems walking," but they don't see. That's why veterans give up because like right now, I've been waiting over 2.5 months to resume my physical therapy. I just started back with occupational therapy for my hands after almost 2 months break time. This it's been unbelievable what happens sometimes. So life as a disabled veteran is not that easy. You know, I started this YouTube channel for the simple reason so I could exercise my mind. I've had some people said just more or less disappear and die, but that's some people are just crooked and evil. So I've not let this disability knock me down. I still get up and pray and thank God for being alive. Because a lot of veterans that had the stroke like I had didn't make it. You know, I joined the military when I was 19 years old, young and strong, and I gave them the best years of my life. I actually gave them 22 years. Well, actually, it was 21 years, 11 months, and 2 days. You know, things have been, I can't really complain because although I'm kind of disabled right now, but this was the best decision I've ever made. Joining the military. And I would encourage any young man I know or woman to join the military. Because I want to give back to this country. Because I'm a patriot. I may be a liberal Democrat, but I'm also a patriot of this great country. And one of the things I want to talk about is free speech. This is one of the backbones of the formation of this country and the press. And right now, I'm calling on all veterans to really look, and regardless of which way you're leaning, right or left, and look at what's happening to free speech right now. This administration has more or less slowly taken our free speech away from us under this guise of calling everything fake news. When I grew up in the 60s, the news reporters on channels, ABC, NBC, and CBS were the primary channels in those days. And they gave you straight news. It wasn't opinionated or anything like that. They were just telling you what was going on. With the advent of cable news, all that started sliding one way to the right, one way to the left. So it was hard to understand or believe which station was correct. So all of a sudden, with 10 years ago, a presidential candidate, Trump, started calling everything fake news. Anything he didn't like was fake news. And he has a lot of people following him. Right now, it's hard to distinguish what's real and what's fake. Because Trump, being a Republican, was leaning to the right, and anybody that didn't agree was on the left-hand side, creating chaos. So the only news outlets that you can actually believe is podcasters. Podcasters going to the left or to the right. When I sit down here and I speak about what's going on, I give my opinion. Some people are going to believe me, others are not, based on their political persuasion. I give you what I honestly believe is the truth. I may be wrong, or you may not disagree with me, but the thing about it is, we should all give our opinion. Don't let anybody tell you what's going on. We want you to start thinking for yourselves. I can only present things the way I see it. And I tried my best to give an honest opinion. I'm not siding either right or left, but telling you just the way I see it. And if you see it my way, thank you. If you don't, that's okay. Because this country is a great country. But we cannot let any one person or party turn us against each other. We need to present information on both sides, and you decide. I don't want anybody deciding for me. So I want veterans to wake up and see what's going on in this country. The way things are going. If you the present administration, you know, calling everything fake news, you know, so I don't know. I am so confused right now, but we'll see.